Are you looking for love?
Yes, unquestionably so.
I don't want to be alone. I want to find someone.
I haven't dated in 33 years.
You could imagine I have to kiss many frogs to find the right guy.
Nope.
Everyone is different.
Correct.
Whether you're on the spectrum or not.
We are, however, all looking for the same thing: respect, understanding, and a whole lot of love.
My autism affects my social interactions. We're going to Google date topics. Do you see this in bold right here? The stakes are so much higher.
Through this process, he might find love.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My ideal partner would be somebody who can depend on me. We want to depend on each other.
To have a lovely lady, that would be an absolute dream.
Sometimes it can be challenging to find someone who doesn't write her off based off a diagnosis.
Here I go.
Sorry, I'm kind of nervous. You okay?
I'm nervous too. I think you are so hot. I got the giggles.
What are your dreams?
My dream is to meet somebody. Whoa. And I finally got to meet you, and I think you're really cool.
I like her so much.
This is so fun.
You're my lion and I'm your lioness.
I really like how you hold my hand.
Cheers to us autistic people that are coming over leaps and bounds, now possibly finding love.
What do you want to do in the future?
Imagine what you and I do if we go have an adventure.
Seeing from the heart and from the soul is much more important, and I think this is what true love means.
It's gonna be a new chapter, yes!
Welcome to Meet the Biz! I love this! We're very excited to have one of the Emmy-nominated performers here, one of the reality stars for Love on the Spectrum, Mr. Steve Spitz. I've known him for a while now, and he's just an amazing man. The beautiful, you know, sometimes people say he has such a beautiful heart. He has a beautiful heart and such a big, loving heart. And I'm just gonna bring him on because I've been excited. I've been excited for so long now. Here he is, Mr. Steve Spitz.
Oh my gosh. Wow, David. How super to see you again.
Oh.
My gosh. It's been a little while, but it doesn't seem like it was that long ago.
I know. I mean, time is like just crazy, isn't it?
Oh, it is. Oh my gosh. Gee, are you still living near the Fairfax area?
Fairfax. You know, I used to live near the Fairfax, and I moved back to the family home for a little while during the COVID session.
Oh, right. I see what you mean. Okay. Right.
But I am visiting LA. So, and you know what? I have to say something. My family has never binge watched a show together until your show.
No kidding. Oh my God.
Right? I was sitting there and mom came in and she sat there and we sat there, what is it, for 6 hours? Because there's like 6 episodes, right?
I think you're right. I think so.
And then my brother, Daryl, came in and he watched too.
Oh, no kidding. My goodness. How neat. Boy, I haven't seen him in a while either.
I know. We'll have to hang out again soon, you know, for another birthday party or something.
There we go. That's right. Oh my gosh.
I love it. Well, I have to say, I have to say that it is such a joy to have you here. And I mean, the success that has come to you, I mean, you just shine. You shine when you're on the screen. You know, the people watching go, and I'm getting a little verklempt here, because you bring so much joy just by being you.
Oh, that's so kind of you to say. It's almost hard to believe.
Well, It's true. It's true. You bring, by being you, by being honest, by being real, and showing your love is helping to heal the world.
Oh my gosh. Gee, I think I get those things from people who are like you. I think you bring it all around.
Oh, well, thank you.
Hey.
As Captain and Tennille would say, love will keep us together.
Right.
Oh my gosh. So I have a question. What is it like, and congratulations, what is it like to be on an Emmy nominated show?
My gosh, it's almost hard to completely take in. I know that people are approaching us. That's happening. And even that alone is sort of like, oh, wow, it's nice to interact with everybody. And they say wonderful things. They talk about how genuine we are. And it is very nice. I didn't think that this show was being watched by so many people. I had no idea. And it is a very overwhelming thing for me, for a lot of us. But it's a wonderful thing. I almost can't even believe that it's real.
It's real and surreal, and it brings it all back together. And it is the focus, I guess, what you're saying too. It's overwhelming, but then we just breathe. We take that breath in.
Yes. Thank you, David.
Right?
Thank you. That's right. I think I need to take the big giant breath.
I think we all need to. Everybody, we have so many wonderful students and fans and friends here today. So why don't we just all take a big breath? We'll all do it here. On the count of 3, a breath in, and then a breath out. Breathe in, breathe out.
There was a song by that group called Bush.
Yes.
The husband of Gwyneth Stefani.
Oh.
Gwen Stefani.
Right.
And he had a song, I think it was called Breathe In, Breathe Out.
Oh my gosh, I've got to
Can't sing it, but it kind of goes like this. Breathe in, breathe out. And he keeps repeating it. It's a good song. I wish I could sing it, but.
Well, I don't know. You've got an amazing voice.
Oh, listen to the way you are.
Oh my God, you're just buttering me up. By the way, I'm going to ask you I'm going to throw out a word, and I'd love to see what comes to your mind.
Oh, sure.
The word is love.
On the spectrum.
Oh, I love that.
Aren't you great?
I love that. So now define on the spectrum.
I think
What
it might mean is that all of us, in one way or another, are on the same exact page, but in slightly different ways. And I think we all connect, no matter what. We're just a little bit different than the next person.
Right.
And or the other. But that's perfectly all right. That's what makes us go around, makes the world go around. And I think it's great. I didn't realize it until, pretty recently. But I always had a funny feeling that something, in my case, was different, but I didn't express it. I think I wanted to sort of think that I was able to fit in with other people. But you know what? If I'm being honest with myself, I'm not exactly like everybody else. I know we have a lot of things in common, but I guess being on the spectrum, from what I'm feeling inside, is that we have certain things in common, but all of our differences also are connecting very beautifully. I feel it when I watch the program. I relate with each and every one of those people. I might be a little bit different, but even still, there is a very special something there that they have that I'm connecting with, for sure. That's why I'm drawn to it, because
yeah,
I'm one of them. There's no question about it.
well,
We might differ a little bit, but there's that something there that we have in common, and we're all on that spectrum.
we are that you hit it. You seem to nail it whenever you're speaking. I think I get a little too emotional because I so connect to what you're saying, and what you said, that we all are on the spectrum. I mean, to me, I mean, you hit it there with me. I mean, when you were saying
Really?
you felt a little different.
Yes.
And I felt different growing up. I mean, for
Interesting.
all different reasons,
Yes.
but still, it's the spectrum of humanity.
Right. There we go. Yes. Thank you, David. Exactly. It really, really is. And it's nice to discover it now, because I often go back in time throughout my life and thinking about different experiences, meeting friends, and then thinking deep down inside that in reality, I'm not quite like they are, but I wanted to have friends, so I would do whatever I thought I could to fit in. But it's not always a great idea to try and become somebody that I'm not. It doesn't work.
Right.
It just doesn't work.
You just have to come from you and be
That-
you,
that's
rather
right.
than try to be someone else.
That's right. Exactly correct, David. Very, very correct. And I like the way we connect.
I know. me
Correct.
too.
Connect.
Wait, that's that. I just see a what is that? A hashtag or something for you, or you could put that on a shirt.
Oh, right. That's right. Isn't that funny?
Like,
You and I start to speak,
I tell
words come to our brains, and letters and sounds. Oh my gosh. I love moments like these.
you, me too. When we're really connecting, when
Yes.
people are really like. By the way, what for you? What is one of your favorite things to do?
You want to laugh? Believe it or not, the very thing that you and I are doing at the moment is right up my alley. Playing with letters, sounds, words, even people's names, and just trying to create different sayings. I love this. And it happens organically. It's not like I'm really planning it necessarily, but for some reason or another, my brain is drawn in those areas. And I think it always has, as a child also. I didn't always express it in front of other people, probably because I thought, uh-oh, what are they going to think of me? I'm weird. But no, now I'm embracing it.
Yeah.
Right along with you.
Right? It's the embracing self.
There, I like that.
Oh, I do too.
Nice and warm.
Okay, everybody, brace yourself, especially during this time that we're like We've been inside, but we're starting to get outside and we're putting our toe out there. It's like, just know you're hugging yourself. You're giving yourself love.
There we go.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, David.
This is collaboration, I tell you. Like you said, the words that come to the mind, the feelings.
Yes.
And talking about words and your voice, which is like, this voice is like, I mean, you love doing voiceover work.
Of course. Why not?
And now, where did that come from? What is that connected to the growing up and loving words and sounds and all that?
You know something? I think you're correct, David. I think you are. I remember as a child, when I was going to school, I was doing so very poorly in just about every subject. And I would play around, goof off in front of my friends. And then I was having grades that back then they called them, believe it or not, improvement needed. My report card had numerous grades along those lines. And one time I was in class in second grade. I was 7 years old. And I wasn't paying attention as most probably, I think most of the time I wasn't. My mind was wandering, probably messing with somebody's name or doing something along those lines. And I heard the teacher mention to the class, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she said, "We all know that Stephen Spitz is not the greatest student in this class." And I thought, uh-oh, now what did I do wrong? I was sitting quietly at that moment. I didn't know what the problem was. And she added something that I didn't expect her to add. And she says, "But I have to say one thing. Whenever he gets up in front of the class and talks about a current event, he has a way of projecting his voice so that everybody could hear. And it would be nice if the rest of you would follow in his footsteps." Only in that one way. But I thought, oh my gosh, that was a compliment. And I was so used to getting loads of criticisms from this lady and bad grades. That was kind of like, whoa, I didn't expect it. I was 7 years old, David, hard to believe. And I was not a good student at all. So I was in trouble. You know, this was like a compliment that came out of, I don't know where, but.
I love, though, that you grabbed on to that positive part of that compliment.
Thank you.
You know, what she said, I mean, she didn't always give you the positive comments, but that's the one that stuck with you from age 7 throughout your life.
You know, you're kind of right. You're kind of right, David. It's a compliment that I appreciate coming from her. Because you know what? There's so many things I'm not cut out for. But if there's anything at all that I'm drawn to wanting to do, I will do that with all of my heart. Because I feel good about something, and maybe I'm just geared for one little thing and or another, even if thousands of things I'm not geared for. I'm not good at so many things.
But you know what you're good at, and that's what you focus on.
Thank you. That's what I need to do. I need to do that and stay with those things.
I think that's a lesson for all of us, to what you just said about we all have the qualities that we're so great at. And sometimes we feel like people are pushing us or society is pushing us to a different way. But if we go, again, back to here.
Yes.
ourselves rather than trying to be what society wants us to be,
David, you're right on it.
that's when we'll shine, won't we?
Exactly. Boy, the way you're wording that, it's right up my alley, I have to say.
I love it.
Thank boy, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
What a wonderful connection.
Here's the a question. Now, we have another wonderful guest coming on here very soon.
Oh.
But before we do that, to join us, I do have a few more questions to ask.
Sure.
And one of the things is connected to the voice and your voice.
Oh.
Now, I know that even when I went to your birthday party, and I know through family members and all that, you do great impersonations.
Oh, you're awfully kind.
Could you do 2 or 3 of your favorite ones? If you like.
I think maybe we can. You know what's so funny? As I'm talking with Shorey about these impersonations, so many of them that I do are of people that aren't necessarily world famous, but they're friends of ours. And I love them too. When it comes to doing some famous people, of course, I enjoy those also. So I like impersonating anybody, really.
Like me?
Yes, that's right.
Right.
I know. I haven't tried that one,
Right.
at least not as of yet, but I would like to.
I would love it. I would love it. But you have several that you have done, huh? That you
I think you might be right. Yes, I think so. Golly, you know, I love the Beatles, and I'm a real fan of Paul McCartney. So I love, doing impressions of him. And sometimes what I do is I pretend that I'm him, even though I'm saying things that he's not saying. But like, for example, I'm looking at you and I'm pretending that I'm Paul, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, we've got David Zimmerman with us today. And yeah, he's great. I really feel a connection. So yeah, we keep on, working and sort of, collaborating together.
Right.
And I love it.
I love it too.
Oh, beautiful. Wow, David.
Oh my God, I love it.
Great.
I remember you did Paul years ago, and then when you said Paul McCartney, I went, oh yeah. Yeah. Did you ever meet Paul?
I wish I could say that I did, but no, I haven't. I've seen him.
You've seen him.
Sure. In concert. And oh my gosh. But no, I've never ever met him. You know what though? I met his brother one time.
Yeah.
His brother, Michael. One time he was downtown here in San Francisco at an art gallery showing pictures of the Beatles when they were, I think in their teens. And it was neat to meet him. I started asking him if I looked like his brother with a certain expression, and he and I had a picture taken together, and I was trying to go like this, kind of like, and then his brother was kind of doing that with me, and that was really neat.
You have that picture still somewhere?
You know what? I don't know what I did with it. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll forgive you.
I've moved, I guess, and I don't know where things have gone, but anyhow,
so
he's
I have a question
nice guy.
About what is a dream of yours? What is a dream that you have in your life?
Well, I think doing voiceovers is one. Connecting with people like yourself, and as far as the love aspect is concerned, I do have a dream of meeting a lovely lady and eventually getting married. I love the idea of being part of a family.
What is your definition of family?
Well, I think, you know, growing up with my mother, my father, and my two sisters, I think it's all about dynamics and people being different from one another and appreciating all of those differences. That is special. Like it is with friends.
Right.
And everybody else that we know. People being so unique and having lovely chemistry with each other, connecting, accepting each other for who they are. And these are areas that I think about.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
it's beautiful, and it's beautiful how you connected family and just went into the friends, because so much of the time, friends become our family as time goes on. And
yes,
it's our
yes, I think you're right. Friends also kind of begin to have a feeling along those lines.
Right.
You're
right. Well, we
wow.
have one of your friends here today, as we know, a dear, wonderful woman who we've had on Meet the Biz before, and I've known her for years now.
Isn't that amazing?
Elaine Hall.
Beautiful.
Here.
Wow, Elaine.
Koji.
Look at you.
Look at you, Steve. What fun to be here with you.
Oh, it's beautiful having you around.
Thank
I
you.
love this.
Thank you. Thank you. Two of my favorite people. Steve Spitz,
oh my gosh.
David Zimmerman. What a great day for me.
This is great.
Exactly. You know what's so funny? I didn't even know that you two even knew one another.
It's a small world, huh?
Oh, it really is.
Yes, yes, yes. So Steve, so delighted to be on here with you and to hear all the great wisdom and joy that you're bringing. And David, always so wonderful. Your love just throws off the screen. So.
Oh, well, you know, I was, you know, I'm thinking of changing this to the Love Fest. It is nice to now. The two of you, how? I mean, Elaine, you are Coach E. What made you become a life coach?
What made me become a life coach is I found that the work that I was doing in my classes and also my personal work, I was so full that I wanted to give back. And what I enjoy the most is guiding people to see who they truly are, to allow them to understand their essence and what makes them unique, and then set realistic goals so that they can achieve their heart's desire. And it's one of my greatest joys in the whole world is to see my clients and my students and Steve thrive, to appreciate so many, especially people who are older, may not know that they are neurodiverse, neurodivergent. We're all neurodiverse, as Steve, you so beautifully said. We're all part of this fabric of life, this like a garden, just like a garden has all different kinds of flowers and shapes and smells.
Wow.
That's
beautiful
as a human race.
Yeah.
And those of us who are neurodivergent, we're highly sensitive individuals. There's 20% of the population that's highly sensitive, and among that, those whose brains function differently.
Yes.
My life has now been committed to, especially with those who are older, there was not a real diagnosis. We, just thought there was something weird or strange. And instead, as Steve, you so beautifully put, embracing our differences, celebrating who we are, and finding all of our ability within the sort of disability that others might project.
Yes.
Yeah. This is a question for both of you. What keeps you centered?
You know what? I think the very things that you and Elaine are talking about are keeping me centered. Anything that has me really being true to myself, that right there, I think would keep me quite centered. With all my faults and all my quirks and what have you. And certainly, Elaine just mentioned something a moment ago that I used to think as a boy growing up that I wasn't supposed to have going. And that's the sensitivity aspect. I thought, I'm not supposed to be sensitive. I'm a boy, and look at the other boys. This whole thing of boys not crying and all that. But the truth is, I've always been very sensitive, and I used to feel very embarrassed about it because I thought, this is not the way we're supposed to behave. We're supposed to be strong and all of that. But I'm not like that.
You know what? This reminds me of my teacher, Corey Allen, my dear friend. And he would always say, when people say, well, we're supposed to, he would say, and who supposes?
That's right. Good point.
Yeah.
So,
That's right, David. Exactly.
Yeah. And I think what keeps me centered is really how you started the class, with everybody breathing. That breath of really being inside our bodies, and that breath of life.
Right.
Keeps me centered, planting my feet on the ground, feeling my body, feeling my own sense of self, creating that separateness from others so that I can, like, as Steve says, really understand and know what I'm feeling. So I know where I begin and others begin, and have that sense of completeness.
Yes.
Not allowing negative voices to intrude.
Beautiful.
And I have a very strong spiritual practice, a connection to something greater than me, and knowing my purpose and mission, and surrounding myself with wonderful people. I think that's important, just like we're doing here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah. I to hear that. I could just see us doing this, dinner every week. Of course, that's not going to work. But it's so nice to connect, like you say, to people who really have that like mind. And I think it comes from the center of that word love. What keeps me centered as well, and it reminded me of what you said, Steve, is that when I first got to Los Angeles, the one thing that I said to myself, because I heard Los Angeles was like a roller coaster ride of whatever.
Right.
One thing I said to myself, David, if you have to do one thing in your life, is to be true to yourself.
Exactly.
And it has helped me survive in this lovely, wonderful, crazy business in town that we're in. So
Yes. Yes. You know, it's so very interesting that you're mentioning that. I don't know if I ever told you this, but my older sister and I were born in Los Angeles. And very funny. My memories of starting my life out down there were exactly like you're describing it. I was just being so true to myself. This was as an infant, just as a little boy, as life began. And I remember just, looking at palm trees, and I know it sounds a little shallow, but the feeling isn't shallow. I was just taking life in, and I was being the person who I am. And it was very nice. And whenever I go down there, all that kind of comes back to me again. Elaine and I touch upon that. Sometimes she'll put herself on to the screen with a background of the beach at Santa Monica with numerous palm trees above the sand. And
I just
I'm thinking,
she sent you a bucket of sand too. So when you look at it, you could put your feet into the sand so you could feel it.
Beautiful, David. That's right. That's another thing. Yes. In fact, speaking of the sand, I was told that whenever we would go to the beach, I would end up getting lost. Probably because I was feeling the sand. I was walking around, maybe saying hi to people or taking in whatever was around me. But it all began right there in Los Angeles. And so I have a very special feeling.
And there's the beach. There's the beach behind Elaine. She put the beach picture up.
Oh, there it is. Oh, thank you. Yes. It was so funny. I'm looking at you for a second, then I look at Elaine and I'm kind of zigzagging.
It's like, oh.
Beautiful, Elaine.
Which way do I go? There you go.
Oh, now we're talking. Okay, that does it. I'm going back
to the beach
down
after
there. Oh, say that again. Oh,
let's all go to the beach after this.
After this, that's right. That's right.
Come down. Come visit me.
Exactly. Well, before too long, I have a good feeling that we will. That's right. You and I were just absolutely touching upon that. Maybe in the fall, if we can.
Sounds great.
This is a question for both of you as well. I mean, of course, Steve, you're in this reality show right now. I mean, you're both in this. The thing is, how do you tell other actors or performers or even people who aren't actors and performers, do you have any suggestions for anyone who wants to be on a reality show?
You know what? I think, David, that the very things that you and I, along with Elaine, are discussing are exactly the things I would like to convey to everybody. Basically, don't change. Be yourself. You're just beautiful the way you are. I do feel that about all these people. They're great. People that come up and say hello to us. Oh, they're lovely. And we end up having lengthy conversations. Organic. I get that word from Elaine, but I'm beginning to realize a lot of these things happen organically. Our conversation today is going organically, and I really love it because it just happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, Steve, you summed it up so perfectly. it's a great time right now in the neurodivergent and disability community, because not only reality shows, but TV and film and theater are looking for and hiring individuals who experience the world differently, whether neurodivergent or have a disability. There's authentic casting. There's
Yes.
wonderful shows like Love on the Spectrum. I just got back from New York, and there's going to be 2 Broadway shows that feature neurodivergent.
Wow.
Yes, I was invited to one rehearsal, which was wonderful and very tick, tick, boom. They're like, but anyway, so the message of being yourself for reality shows, be just like Steve said, be bold, be authentic. Don't hold back, because they're looking for you. They are looking for you. And to all of your students here and participants, it's really important to for reality to be yourself and to get out there and let yourself be seen. And I also want to say for TV, film, and theater, it's really essential to study your craft, to really learn. Like, that's why, David, your program is so important.
Yes.
And that you're training. So it's not, if you want to be an actor, you need to train, you need to study, you need to learn and really grow, so that when you are on that set or in that audition, you are ready. And you couldn't have a better teacher than David to guide you that way. So always be looking for opportunities to learn and get stronger. And no matter what you learn, always be yourself.
That's correct.
Because they're looking for you. I get so many casting calls a day. Literally, I'm helping to cast a couple of things right now. And it's because they haven't found the right person. So always be ready, always be ready. And I actually know a couple of the participants in here too.
Yes, in fact, that you brought up some of the participants. I know that several people have are either raising their hands or they wrote in, and I'm gonna start off with some questions from Shannon Deerex, who I've known for 25 years now. It's like we're talking about family, extended family here. Shannon Deerex.
Hey. Okay, here's the question for let me see. Okay, I got 2 questions. Okay, one's for Steve and one for Elaine. Okay, Steve, what is your favorite voice character?
Oh boy, I like Walter Brennan from The Real McCoys. I like the way he speaks. Gosh, John Wayne is another one. Gosh, so many. And I guess they're all kind of like different characters to me. You know, some of them are like heroes, but even still, they really are characters. They have their own charisma, and they're unique. Every individual is like that. Boy, I guess if I were to think further, I'm quite certain I would find a way to come up with more of them. So many nice voices out there.
Yeah, definitely. And we take them all in. They become a part of us, huh?
Yes, exactly, David. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
And I got a question for Elaine. What is it like working the Miracle Project?
Oh, thank you, Shannon. Yes, I founded the Miracle Project, and it's a theater and film and friendship making program. And what it's like is I get to be with my favorite people. I get to be with students like you, like Luke, who I know, and like Ranjani, who I know. And I get to be with people that we sing, we dance, we act, we learn how to be professional actors on TV. And then I life coach as well. So thank you for asking me.
Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you.
You mentioned, I was going to say one of my family members, but we're not related by blood, but by last name, Mr. Luke Zimmerman.
Hey.
Wow.
Hey. Yeah, I got 2 questions from Elaine and Steve. The first question to you, Elaine. How you get Miracle Project started?
How did I get Miracle Project started? What a great question. Yeah. Well, I've got to say that right around now, 18 years ago, I wrote a grant to the Jewish Community Foundation because I had a vision of using the arts, music, dance, and drama to connect with people. And I wanted to create a group that had both those with and without disabilities writing and creating their own musical.
I see that.
It was an idea.
How you get the people in Namu? How's that people in Namu?
Well, Luke was one of the stars. He played the mayor in an original film that we created called Journey to Namu. And Luke was fabulous. And people sign up, or actually for that class, it's the professional class. So it's by invitation only, Luke. And but we have all kinds of other classes at the Miracle Project.
But it's fun working with you, Elaine. You're the best. You're the gold to my heart. And to you, Steve, what is your favorite Beatle the whole time?
You know, I love them all. I have a real connection with Paul McCartney. I've been getting a lot of his records. After the Beatles broke up, I love them all, even on their own, with their solo careers, of course. But I've been getting a lot of Paul McCartney records and following him. But I follow some of the others too. I had some of their records.
Yeah,
They're
me
all,
too. Yeah, me too. My favorite one the whole time is John Lennon, the greatest.
Oh yeah. Oh,
he's great guy.
No question about it. Yes.
And so is Harris.
Yes. Also very great.
And
I agree with you.
For now. Thank you so much, you guys. I love you guys.
We love you. It's great to see you again.
That's right. Steve came to class, so he met you in class, Luke.
That's right. Thank you, Elaine.
I love it.
I didn't realize it until I got to just see and hear.
Right.
Our great friend.
We have the lovely Ashley Anderson here right now. She has a couple of questions. Hi, Ashley.
Hi.
So what questions do you have today?
Will you nourish filming the show Love on the Spectrum?
Yes, for Steve, right? Were you nervous?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I'm so very glad that you're asking that question. Do you know something? Believe this or not, and I understand why one would think that I would be nervous. I think that the crew, the lovely people that did all the work are so warm and so accepting of me. And they bring out a special feeling that allows me to be the person who I am. And it just sort of begins to flow. Believe it or not, they really make me feel at home with this whole thing. Amazingly so. And in fact, what's really unusual is that the majority of the time, I wasn't even thinking that there were cameras around me. And or the fact that there was a little microphone tucked into the right side of my t-shirt. I wasn't even thinking about those things. I was just conversing, answering questions, and being as real as I possibly could. And it kind of reminds me of what all of us are doing today. It's sort of not really planned out that much. It's just happening through everyone who's conversing with us back and forth.
It sounds like the way I teach and also live my life is being in the moment.
Yes, yes. Thank you, David. This is exactly what Elaine is helping me with. Living in the present. Because, you know, it's easy to kind of dwell on the past and or sometimes think about how are things going to go into the future. But you know what? Living in the present is a great thing if we can do it. I can feel it along with all of you. I want to be able to have this feeling continue.
Right?
Yes, absolutely.
Great question, Ashley. Ashley, you also had a
Yes.
question for Elaine.
What drives you to do what you do?
What a beautiful question, Ashley. Thank you. What drives me to do what I do are people like you. And love. And I feel that I'm put on the planet to bring out the best in both myself and others.
Beautiful.
And that's my mission.
Excellent.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you again.
Welcome.
You had mentioned another wonderful name that we both know, and I am searching for her now. Where is she? There she is, Ranjani Reyes.
Hey,
Hey, Ranjani.
hey, one of my favorite coach ever.
Oh,
So good to see you, Ranjani.
You too, Elaine.
Wonderful.
All right. It's my favorite person, both of you. So, how you feel being the Emmy Awards react to nomination of yourself? How you feel about the nomination, nominate yourself?
you know, I'm very glad you're asking because this aspect is very new, brand spanking new. I don't think I've been able to completely take it all in as of yet. But I have to say that the people that run that show do a wonderful job and they deserve loads of credit. They really, really do. And I feel that the casting is very nice. Everybody that's on the show, I have Show Ray with me today.
Yep.
Show Ray.
There she is. beautiful.
Hello,
Oh,
hello. Hi, everyone. I've been here listening. It's so wonderful. I can't tell you. It's so beautiful. Continue, please.
It really is beyond words, a very beautiful experience. And I know that all the people that are on it are very special to me, including Show Ray, my friend Stan, and I really feel a special connection with Kian, who's able to really bring out what's real inside of me. And I remember the first time I met him on Zoom, I felt a very nice connection with him. And then when I was able to meet him in actuality, there we go. And it continues. And I think that also that the editing is very great. A lot of people that approach Shoray and I will talk about the filming of San Francisco, and they really do a super job on that as well. And as far as reality shows in general, this, without a doubt, is very real. That's why I think it feels so natural. Nothing is really scripted. In other words, we're just being ourselves. We're being ourselves. Yeah. Absolutely. We really are. And that's what I need to do. I'm going to do whatever I can, absolutely, to continue with that feeling, like all of us are doing right along this point.
Then hey, red carpet, what you gonna wear in an Emmy red carpet outfit?
Oh, is that the red carpet?
Yeah, in Emmys red carpet. What are you gonna wear?
Oh
no.
That's a thank you. That's a great question. You know what? I hate to admit
we don't know yet. If we really don't know yet, and it's a great question. And when we find because we're not sure if we're going or not, I can respond. I did go to the Emmys in 2008 because of a film that I was in called Autism the Musical.
Oh yeah, I saw it on HBO.
Yeah, so I got to go on a red carpet, and I think I was sort of like Steve. I was so overwhelmed. I didn't know what was happening. So I can really relate, Steve. And now I was just thinking I'm really honored because now I've been in 2 Emmy nominated shows. And I piggyback what, yes, that's right. Lexi's an Autism musical. That's right. And I piggyback what Steve had said, that it's an incredible crew and production team from soup to nuts. They are kind, authentic, respectful. And if any people deserve Emmys, I think, yeah. I also want to do a plug for a show that was not nominated, but is an incredible show called As We See It. And David, you and I can talk about that on another time. But if any of you get a chance to see the show, the Amazon show, As We See It, it's a beautiful show, also starring many actors who are neurodiverse and background actors who have disabilities. So little shameless plug for another thing that Hollywood is doing right today.
That's why you put me in a politician. That makes me so happy.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you, Ron Johnny. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'm gonna.
Oh, how beautiful! Wow.
We have a blast from the past for you, Steve. To say a little say hello, Sherry Deschler.
Oh my gosh! Like, oh my goodness gracious! Wow, Sherry, I can't believe this. Oh my gosh! I feel like I'm 14, no, 13.
No, we were older than that.
14.
We were in high school.
You know what? You know what? Technically, you're correct. But you know what's so funny? I didn't know back then, even though we met at Presidio Junior High School, I think that the 9th grade is considered to be high school. And the grades that the grade point average that was used for college included 9th grade at Presidio Junior High School, and that's where I met you.
Yep.
And I think this is just amazing. You look fantastic.
Thank you. But so do you. And Heidi told me about your show. Do you remember Heidi?
Heidi Spiegelman.
Yeah, Heidi told me about the show. So I watched it here in France. And then I saw David's post that you were doing this Zoom. And so I wrote to David saying, but I grew up with Steve. I know Steve.
You're right.
David, did you send him the picture?
Well, I didn't send him the picture, but right now I have it for you all.
Look.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh my God, look at
Oh my gosh.
Do you remember that?
You know what? I think I do, Sherry. That was at your home.
Yeah, it was the confirmation ball. You took me to the confirmation ball.
Yes, this is the.
Please send a copy to us.
Please send a copy. That's right. You know, now the confirmation ball, was that from the synagogue?
Yeah, Temple Emmanuel.
That's it. That's right. Thank you very much. I can't believe this.
Yeah.
You know, I remember when Shorey mentioned something about a confirmation ball. I said, gee, you know, I remember Sherry very well, but I said, a confirmation ball? I said, I might have, but I didn't know. But now that you showed us
have the picture to prove
thank you, David. the proof is in the picture.
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
But I have loads of pictures of you at our home because Mom did a party for the confirmation ball. I was looking in high school yearbooks. Well, I was looking at a high school yearbook the other day. There's a candid picture of you in there. All kinds of stuff.
Oh my gosh. Wow, Sherry, this is amazing. When Sherry mentioned your name yesterday, just hearing your name, I'm thinking, wow, I can't believe it that you're connecting with us. And wow, you're right in front of me. Like I just met you.
Well, yeah, and everyone told me that you didn't, you weren't on Facebook and you didn't, so anyway, if you want to send via David an email address, and that way we can stay in touch.
Yes.
Okay.
What do you think of that?
That sounds great.
Yes. It's so funny. This is Shorey. You want to laugh when we go someplace because the name Shorey is not easy for everybody to pronounce.
Yeah.
Shorey the person, perhaps a barista at a coffee shop, will ask, and what's the name for the order? And Shorey will say, Sherry. Oh my gosh.
Makes it easier.
It does. It makes it easier.
Yeah.
It's a pretty name. Both
Thank
names are beautiful. You ladies are unreal. I can't believe you're here with us, Sherry. This is wow.
Yes.
Dynamite.
Yeah.
Just amazing, Yeah.
Yeah.
How
All right,
wonderful.
We will see you very soon, Sherry.
yeah, I'll see you soon. And so we'll do contacts and
Definitely.
keep that going. Okay.
All right.
Beautiful.
Okay. Take care.
Thank you, Sherry.
Ciao.
You do the very same. We'll continue. Of course. Oh, wow. Unreal. Unreal.
I love it.
Yes.
Well, I love surprises. I love the connection that we all have. I want to thank both Elaine and you. And I had one last question to throw out to both of you, and then we'll say adieu. The question that I ask is from Corey Allen's class. What do you want the most at this moment in your life?
You know, I think I just want this moment of connection with all of you to continue. I'm getting lovely thoughts and or ideas from each and every one of you today. And more goodies are coming into my mind as we all converse.
Thank you.
I want to thank all of you. This is great. Really. Wow. And love to get together with you again soon.
Definitely.
Both of you. All of you. There we go.
I love it. Thank you, Elaine. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Elaine. Thank you, David.
And
what I would love is more times that all of us can be our authentic selves and
Yes.
allow love and strength and truth
Yes.
to be the norm.
Yes.
And if that can happen, then our world can be a much more peaceful place. So I wish for all of you
Wow.
love and strength and authenticity.
Thank you. Exactly, Elaine. I'm right with you. I'm right with all of you.
well, to end this all up, we're gonna just get a group shot here. We'll remove the spotlights and we'll do the gallery. And then on the count of 3, we're all gonna smile.
Oh, you have
Okay.
a great one. So
Thanks.
does Elaine.
I know, right? All
So
right,
does
everybody.
Show Ray.
1, 2, 3. All right. Steve Spitz and Elaine Hall. Mwah. Thank you. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you, David. Thank you so much.
Oh, it was
Oh,
our
boy.
pleasure. Our joy.
This is great. We look forward to continuing.
Yes. Yes.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Okie doke. But bye now, everybody.
1, 2, 3, 4.